Hello everyone! Welcome back to another art time lapse. Today I am doing a piece called The Starry Night Stroll Through the Town. This is kind of inspired by just a starry night, and I wanted something dreamy, whimsical, something intended for a children's illustration. Really, the original intention of this painting came from the idea that I am interested in applying for the Society of Children's Books and Writers Illustrators scholarship that's currently available. It's called the Bologna. So each year, a panel of judges receives submissions, and they consider winners to consider going to the Bologna book fair. So I'm pretty excited about the idea of this. This was suggested to me by my friend Sophia, who is a writer and illustrator herself. So I am gonna do an art time lapse of one of the pieces I'll be submitting for this particular scholarship. Now, I've always loved doing children illustrations. I'm sure it's like that for most artists, given that like one of our first exposure to artwork is probably from storybooks, and I think it's so important that an art piece not only like be something that is beautiful in terms of like a portrait that you can look at, but like also tells a story. It just makes it's so much more engaging for the audience, and it's just so much more special. Like when I think about it, the artwork that I like the most is not necessarily the ones that are most pretty, but the one that like really helps engage and tell a story, which is why I am so excited about this particular piece. And it's kind of like a mantra for most of my art pieces, that I wanted to tell a story rather than just being another beautiful piece of artwork. I don't know if that's really pompous of me to say, but I just want to be really transparent, and it's one of the reasons that I have this YouTube channel as well, is to convey the story and the process behind each of the pieces and give a voice to the artwork. I think so often for artists, we are not very good at marketing ourselves or like telling our story about artwork, and we just let people take it at face value, which is perfectly fine. I think it's great for artwork to create a story that engages in conversation and discussion for the audience, but I think it's also good to kind of hear from the artist's point of view. And I think people want to know the story behind the artwork, how it came to be, how you did it, what were your thought process behind it. And I hope this YouTube video will give a voice to this piece of artwork. So I imagine the story is just being a snowy town in the middle of the night. There are stars sparkling across the sky, glittering like little gems, and the moon hanging on the very top. The town is very quiet because it's late at night and everyone is asleep. And then there you will see the two main characters that you'll surely see wandering through the town, just enjoying this peace, silence. And I feel like these two little characters you'll be seeing will be telling a story. I really enjoy doing these little houses, having little shingles that I'll be painting in the windows, and like the really cute trees. I was thinking about like the little pathways that people can walk through the town. The characters that I mentioned before is this beautiful pink elephant, along with this little child who is wandering along with the elephant. I think it tells such a story, or when you look at the piece, you're thinking, what is happening in this artwork? And that's what I want people to think about, not just this is a really beautiful piece of art. So here I want to include a round glowing moon on the corner, glistening, and you can see the shadow it casts on the different faces of the houses. And I chose like a pink elephant because I wanted to be something different, something odd. Like I imagine my son and my daughter looking at the piece be like, why is there an elephant? And I made this elephant like a highlighter pink color, like a really bright color, so it stands out more and create this contrast, the story. It's even more interesting. It's like, where did this highlighted pink elephant with these white polka dots come from? You always talk about like nobody talks about the elephant in the room, so let's talk about this elephant that's wandering through this quiet town. And I decided to give the little elephant a little white lantern that will glow in the dark and make it stand out, and a child that is wandering through this town. What kind of story will it tell? Are they on the way to a secret hideaway? Is this their make-believe friends? I don't know, but I certainly feel that this piece really speaks to me, in that it's something whimsical, something fun, something that is telling a story rather than just another piece of art. So I hope you enjoyed this art time lapse of Starry Night Stroll to Town, because I certainly did enjoy painting it, and I hope I do well in this scholarship application. Good, to be honest, I don't think I've ever applied for a scholarship before related to art, so I don't know how this will pan out. So thank you so much for joining me on this art time lapse. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time in another video. Take care and stay creative, everyone. Bye for now.